Hello, welcome to I Have a Dream Show. It's a special segment I've just recently launched, which is the Dream Show University. And in this particular segment, it's different to the daytime shows because what I'm doing here is dedicating a full hour or so and getting very specific on marketing strategies. And these strategies you can apply to any online business or any business of your own, even if you're offline actually, for your traditional business, you can actually apply it and bring your business online. So it applies to a wide range of people that are business owners. And I'm telling you, the people that I'm going to bring on in the next few weeks are going to be experts in the specific topic of the show. So today's topic is how to have engagement on Facebook without having a fan page and spending a dime. So completely free strategies for you. We're going to give you as much as we can through my experts today, and they're going to drop some golden nuggets for you. So make sure that you're taking notes and make sure that you apply it. So, you know, we're taking notes and not applying is not the way to go. So you have to apply what you learn, okay? So awesome stuff. Now, I've got two experts with me. They're absolutely wonderful. Kai Lo, he's coming in live from America, and I've got the wonderful Abdul Wahid from UK. These two people are actually amazing when it comes to Facebook in particular, and they've actually shown some amazing results, and they're known for their practices. So please welcome Kai Lo first. Welcome, Kai, to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
You're absolutely awesome, Kai. It's hard to get hold of you, but I finally got hold of you.
Just doing it for a friend. I really appreciate this.
No worries. And Abdul Wahid, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is, first of all, the competition. Thank you very much for everyone that entered. We'll be revealing the winners very, very shortly. The prize was to have free consultancy with Abdul Wahid on your Facebook strategy, and the value is about $1,800, guys. So I usually haggle with these experts to come up with the best kind of promotion for you. Upcoming as well in the next few weeks, I'll be doing some amazing discounts with the upcoming experts on that in their particular area of expertise, and bringing you the best kind of prices for you. So ask questions, guys. You can use the chat box, ask any question you have. Take this opportunity to gain as much information as you can from these experts. But first of all, before we get into the strategies, Kai Lo, can I just ask you really, really quickly a bit about your background? Why did you choose network marketing in particular, and why did you choose a Facebook strategy?
First off, why did I get into network marketing? I was actually introduced by a friend, a local friend of mine, when I was 24 years old. So, you know, he told me all about bonuses, car bonus, vacations, and it sounded really easy. You know, I was naive to the industry. I was like, wow, you know, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich in like a week. So I signed up, and then I started texting all my friends. I was like, hey, you got to take a look at this opportunity. Here's my link. You know, let's make some money. I try to introduce them to my sponsor, and I told them, like, hey, you guys have to go to this local event. And then I kept getting turned down because they were like, oh, you know, my uncle did something like that 10 years ago. Or like, oh, is this one of those pyramid things?
The pyramid one's a famous one, isn't it?
Is this Amway?
Yeah.
I was really bummed out. None of my friends joined. I couldn't get my parents to buy anything. They were like, oh, this is too expensive. I can go to the store. You know, I could get something cheaper for the same quality. So I was really bummed out, and I started doing network marketing online on Facebook.
Right.
But prior to that, I was doing blogging. I was doing a little bit about Google AdSense, article marketing.
Right.
Before I got into this, because my friend introduced me to network marketing.
Right.
So I started marketing on Facebook. I did the same thing. I started adding people, and then I pitched them like, hey, you got to look at this opportunity. I went into spam groups on Facebook. I posted my ad like every hour. No results. Absolutely no results. So that's how I got started in Facebook marketing. Was all from.
Why did you choose Facebook?
Because it's free. Two, it's got millions and millions of people, and it was a way for me to get connected with everyone, because I didn't really have much of a connection personally. My friends and family, my friends didn't want to join. I didn't know too many people. I didn't know doctors, lawyers. I didn't know people with a lot of money. So I was really just all by myself. I had to find a way to connect with people who think like me that also do network marketing. So that's why I chose Facebook, because it's unlimited potential here if you do it right.
Right, because at the moment, Kai, I mean, if you look at your posts, they're very, very consistent. You get over hundreds of comments and likes. It hasn't always been like that. We'll come back to that, how you've actually managed to achieve that, okay? So I'll be back to you, Kai, in a minute. Abdul, if I can switch over to you. Can I just ask you, Abdul, why did you get into network marketing and why did you choose Facebook?
Okay, well, basically, Kai kind of stole all my lines, so he's pretty much similar. I actually got started around about year 2000, and the reason was because I couldn't find a job. It's so hard to find a job. I was looking for a job, I got out of school and all that stuff, and searching for jobs, couldn't find one. And somebody kind of introduced me to online network marketing, just like like Kai just said, and it's kind of that's something that we have in common, I guess, for network marketers, is how you get introduced. A friend recommends you, or maybe a family member does it, or something like that. So in my case, it was a friend, and I went online. I researched this company. I think it was a Google ad I clicked, and that was the first time I got introduced to it. And just like Kai, I struggled for around about 8 years or so, and no results, no leads, no lists, nothing at all. I didn't understand anything. I was a blank slate.
Right.
Until around about year 2010, but in between I landed a job. So that kind of motivated me because I hated that job. I want to get out of that job. That's what was paying the bills, I guess, and then, my daughter was mine in the middle as well, so even more motivation. And that's kind of how I got introduced.
So can I just ask you, Abdul, when people are working in a job or something like that, to do network marketing and combine Facebook, is it difficult because you're juggling two things and the attention that you need to put into your marketing gets kind of diverted? What would your advice be for people in that kind of situation? Because I can understand people have finances to meet, they can't just completely go cold turkey and do this full time. But I mean, results-wise, can you give an idea of how long it actually takes?
To be honest, it's just a matter of learning. It's a learning curve, just like when you go to school, you learn a certain subject and you become whatever it is, doctor, surgeon, or whatever it is. Everything just kind of takes a little bit of time. It just depends on yourself. Once I got the hang of this stuff, it only took me like a couple of years to figure this out.
Couple of years, though. It is still a process, isn't it, that everyone has to go through,
I'm not going to give false hope, because that's kind of going around everywhere. False hope, 24 hours you become a millionaire. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. Guys, I think the point is that you need to take it seriously as a business. You need to dedicate time daily. Even if you can spare 3 hours a day or something like that, it has to be consistent. You won't get results just doing a bit of marketing for 3 hours a week or something like that. It has to be daily, continuous activity. But we can help you by shortening your learning curve, by giving you strategies that are helping, that these two people have probably taken 2, 3, 4 years to figure out, right? So going back to Kai. Kai, wow! I mean, what an amazing achievement you've had. You're known for your Facebook posts. Can you just give us a strategy? When did the magic happen? Where did it click? How did you figure out what kind of stuff to say? What is going on? How did you do this?
The magic started to happen when I started posting, things that are about me.
Right.
And I was very transparent about it. I told them about my history, my struggles in the past. I talk about, what's happening in my life, like what did I do in a week. And so I started to open up more. I started treating my Facebook wall like a personal blog.
Right.
So write something that's just about me and let people learn about me, and not just post about your business. A lot of people are just posting their business, every hour, like, oh, best comp plan, best product, join now, massive spillover. But people don't like reading those. They don't comment. They don't engage on it. but they'll engage on posts that's about you, and people like to be inspired.
Right.
It doesn't matter what they like in life; they all like to be inspired. So you don't have to inspire people by flashing money, flashing Lamborghinis. They get
I've seen a lot of
inspired.
posts like that, a whole bed full of like money in front of them, and they're like, "Yay, I made this!" We're like, okay, is that your life savings or something?
Yeah, so people are inspired by your life stories. Talk
Yeah.
about you. When people feel like you are real, they're more drawn to you. So as they feel like they get to know you without really knowing you, then they start asking you about your business. Tell me more about it. Not everyone will, but some will. Some people like you and some people won't. That's how world works. That's how, and that doesn't matter who you are in life. You will have haters. You have people that like you. You will start to have fans. You will
Yeah.
have critics. So just build your relationship with people that like you, that get along with you, and then the people that you don't really get along with, like you don't feel a connection with, you have to just unfriend them on Facebook. You gotta get rid of them. So I'm constantly sorting through my list, and now my list gets better and better over time. I've been doing this for 4 years.
Right. So you've been
So
doing this for 4 years. That's how you reached your stage today, right?
yeah, I used to have I used to post and I would get like 5 likes at the most.
Yeah.
As time went on, as more and more, as I opened up more to people, I started getting more people to like what I'm posting. They started messaging me and say, "Wow, I'm really inspired by you. I appreciate your post today." So more and more people started liking me, and that's when I started accumulating more engagement on my wall posts. So now I get like 100 likes, 200 likes, sometimes like 500 likes. But
Right.
that wasn't built overnight. Like I said before, I used to get like 2 likes, 5 likes, and I thought that was like amazing.
Yeah, I see. Because I mean, at the stage you're on now, I mean, I think the Facebook people are even saying that comment on Kylo's posts, and you'll actually get leads. So it's at that stage now. But if I can ask you, Kai, say for instance, for a beginner who opens up a Facebook account, right, got no friends or anything, how do they begin? Where do they start making friends? Where do they find the right people to add into their network?
At the beginning phase, let's say they know absolutely nobody. So I'm talking about based on my experience when I didn't know anyone. I would go on search, okay, at the top. I would type in work at home or home-based business,
Is that graph
right?
search?
In those groups, right, there's like 10,000 people, 20,000 people.
Right.
I go in there, and then there's a lot of people posting about their ad, but what I do is I message them, and I'll say, hey, I see that you're in network marketing too. Do you mind if I send over a friend request?
All right. Okay. So simple as that.
A
You're in
lot
the
of people
network
almost say,
marketing.
sure, add me, or they'll add you themselves.
Right.
And some people will pitch you, and some people won't. So you're just playing that numbers game. Some people will like you, some people won't, like I said, and then some people will always spam you about their opportunity. Well, you just can't, you can't help it, So you just have to get rid of them and keep the ones that you're building a relationship with. People that actually talk to you, genuinely build relationships. So those are the keepers, and get rid of the other ones. The ones that are just saying, the ones that are spamming you every week. A new opportunity, ground floor, get in. So I started building my list that way,
Right.
and then their friends started adding me. So my circle started getting bigger and bigger
Right.
based on the few people that I started adding.
Right. I see. I see.
Because when you started adding them, their friends will see you on the suggested friends list and say, oh, you should add Kylo.
All right. Okay.
You
Okay.
guys have 20 mutual friends together.
Right. 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 And this happens over time, right? It's not an overnight process. This kind of happens because you do it consistently, daily, right?
Yes, it's like a snowball effect. At first it's like really, really slow, and then all of a sudden everyone just wants to add you over time. Like 30 people a day, 40 people a day.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Right. I'll come back to you, Kai, just on that note. Remind me about the lists because it's something I want to talk to you about, segmenting lists as also in Facebook. But Abdul, over to you. So Abdul, when you actually message a person, right, Because obviously a new person has to reach out to get no one knows that you exist, so you're the first one that has to go out and approach people, right? What would you say in your message?
It kind of differs really depending on who the person is, but it ain't going to be a pitch. It's going to be something along the lines of, where you've seen them, something you have in common maybe, or if you check out their profile, you check out maybe a cover picture and find something that's relatable. I don't know, like if you have a picture of their dogs or, maybe a holiday or kids, and kind of mention that in the message, so it's more personal. What I don't like to do on air is give a message out, because everybody goes ahead and copies and pastes that. So I'm not going to give you a template because that's the worst thing you can do. Because then you're going to have 10,000 people sending out the exact same message I can say. So I don't want to do that. But it's all about just finding something relatable and starting the conversation, getting it going, and then leave a question at the end. What I find most important is leaving a question at the end of that message, like how's your day been, or what have you got planned for the weekend, something like that. So the person can reply to you, and then the conversation really starts, and you can start building that relationship then. So that's a kind of a template, really, I guess.
Right, because the person's profile that you're looking at has got a lot of information for you to actually start a conversation with. I mean, you can even look at their books they like, and you can even see if they're in the right kind of frame of mind. I mean, if they're reading something like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, then that means that they are kind of clued on, right?
Absolutely. And one of the great things about Facebook is got the graph search at the top.
Right.
Use
what is graph search before you begin, Abdul?
Graph search is basically the new, well, it's not very new anymore, but it's the updated version of Facebook's searching program at the top, the search bar. It's more detailed really now, so you can put actual strings in there rather than just type a person's name in, or rather than put a group in. You can put like full strings. Like, for example, you can put in people who like Kylo who are not my friends, and if you put that up there, it will actually find people who are not my friends but Kylo's friends.
Right. So you can actually be very specific.
Specific, yeah. And you can also do that for books and other things like books, or maybe holidays people have been on, or sports or celebrities they like. So it's a really good way of targeting more people and finding something relatable.
And I think another tip is actually find people in your area that you can actually meet up with. So, you can actually do a local search, like people in, like, where I'm from is Berkshire in UK, people in Berkshire that like Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
So, you can actually get very specific on your searches.
Exactly. So it's very, very, very good.
It's very powerful.
Targeting, yeah. I mean, there's nothing out there that can target in that kind of way.
Right.
Find in such a big detail.
Right, excellent. Now, the point is, when you start a conversation, obviously people have got short time, right? When should you actually say, during my opportunity?
What I find is okay is it's not really about mentioning the opportunity, in my case anyway. I don't know about everybody else out there. What I do is I just kind of build a relationship. So for me, Facebook, when people come to my Facebook profile, it's like an open book, or like a giant billboard. You come to me, just like Kai was saying, you see friends, family, personal life, holidays, adventure, so they can kind of relate to you. They can see you as an open, real person, rather than somebody behind the computer who's basically faking it or making it kind of thing.
Right.
And then once people can kind of see that and they can trust you, they got that relationship going. Normally, people just come to you and ask you for your advice, and when that happens, it kind of just gradually progresses from there. What I do sometimes is I tend to kind of find the 10 closest friends that I know who I've got a really good relationship with, and I'll kind of just recommend to them or ask them, I'm doing this. If you're interested in this, give me a shout. If you're not, that's cool. That kind of thing. And just keeping your posture up.
Right, excellent. And I've noticed on your personal profile, the way you've designed it, you've shared a lot about your family, and it's kind of you're sharing your lifestyle and the fact that you are home business. You get to spend a lot of time with your family. That's the impression I get. If I didn't know you, Abdul, the first thing I would see is that you're a family person and you get to spend a lot of time traveling and things like that. So is that quite a good kind of strategy? Is that on purpose?
But that's just me being myself, to be honest, Fizz, you know. But it is on purpose, I guess, as well, because love to share my family. I love to share my wife, you know, my daughter, Uzma. You've seen, she's kind of a big celebrity on Facebook, as you know. I like to share all that kind of stuff. I like to show what I do just generally. And it's not, as in, like, you know, I'm showing off or anything, it's just what I do. And when people can see that, they kind of relate to it, like I said. And then they like what they see, and they just want to kind of naturally attract and just reach out to you themselves. And that's how I get a lot of my friend requests. Is people coming to my Facebook even from you know, other people who like my stuff or commenting on my stuff, and it kind of gets that, you know, connection going. So that's kind of the way.
Okay, we've got a question coming in from Kim Possible.
Okay.
Kim Possible. Hi, Kim. Well, she's basically saying, please describe building a relationship. Isn't that just conversating?
It is basically, yeah. I've got this kind of a little formula. You probably heard me saying that on Facebook before. If it's okay, is AIR. You know, audience, interaction, and relationships.
Yes.
All three of those, okay, are going to get you engagement. They're going to build that relationship for you. So, the best way that I've seen to build relationships is just share yourself. You know, like an open book, like, you know, think of it like a photo album.
Right.
One of the best ways to do it is with photos or videos. Go out there and just share your life. People will automatically just attract to you. And obviously, you want to build an audience while you're doing it, because there's no point in doing all this if there's nobody seeing it. So that's why it's audience, interaction, and relationships.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to come back to regarding very specifically how to coach people, okay? So rather than sending out your links. Kai, if I can come back to you, you said that you should share your hardships and troubles or any type of experiences or your kind of triumphs. But Kai, doesn't that put people off if they see you struggling? Should you share it while you're struggling, or should you share it after you've overcome your struggle?
You should do it both, because people are more drawn to you, like, wow, this person is real.
Right.
As opposed to someone who's faking it till they make it.
Right.
Sooner or later, you will be exposed when you fake it till you make it. You know, you might do it for a month or two, but eventually people will catch on and say, wow, this person is fraud.
It's not honest, yes. Because the thing with network marketing is, right, that you're promoting an opportunity that will help you make money. Right, you're telling them, but if you're not making money yourself, or your early stages of network marketing, how do you get that message across? How do you get people to kind of relate to you? Because the first thing they'll say is, hold on, you're not making what you're telling me that I can make. How does someone work around that?
Actually, you know, when you're exposing, you know, the truth, and that you're honest, and that you might be struggling, but you might have a little bit of success, you know, just a little bit. Maybe you had like one sign up last week, and you talk about it. You know, you embrace it. And actually, you know, a lot of people will message me and tell me, like, wow, I really like your posts, you know, your honesty. And these people are a lot easier for me to put them on the phone.
Right.
So I don't really close them on Facebook. I put them on the phone. Usually I would say, you know, we would chat for like about 5 minutes, because I want to keep it short with everyone. You want to chat with a lot of people at the same time. You want to open up multiple chats. So what I do is I would end the conversation, and I would say, hey, I gotta go eat lunch. You know, here's my cell phone number. Why don't you text me? And I would say over 90% of the time they would text me their number, and I would save it, and I'll call them in a day or two.
I see. Right, very good strategy. Yes. So
Yeah.
while you're talking to them, say I have to go off. Just message me.
People will actually look at your opportunity because you actually spoke to them on the phone.
Oh, I see.
Compared to like a guru that signs up 1,000 people a month, that doesn't care about the people, you know, they don't talk to anyone.
Right.
So they try to work with you and partner up with you to get to where you both want to be at.
Right. Excellent. Kimberly Denise, hi Kimberly, for joining the show. She's saying, I wanted to tell Kai that his skin is looking very radiant. Okay, thank you, Kimberly. Bless her. Okay, so Kai, so say you start building your list. I mean, how many people do you talk to in a day?
I try to talk to over 50.
50 people a day, right? You're
But
actually
yeah, I
investing
would
the
open
time.
up multiple chats and talk to people that I haven't talked to or I haven't talked to in a while.
Ah, right, okay, right, brilliant. And do you segment your lists? Because obviously it can get very, very tedious, keeping up with everyone. Do you put them in order of where they are living or anything like that?
No, I either keep them as a friend or I unfriend them. So you're in my list or you're not.
Okay, is it a good practice to do to see if, like, say for instance, you talk to someone today, can you say I spoke to them in the month of August or something like that, and I
Um,
haven't?
usually I just open up message and I would look at the chat log, see what did we talk about in the past.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
If
Yes.
it says 2013, then I'll be like, oh wow, I haven't talked to this person in a while. Um,
Right.
usually the conversation might be like, okay, you might feel awkward, like, okay, I haven't talked to this person in a while, I don't know what to say. I do what Abdul does, go to their profile, see something interesting. Maybe they posted about their kids' graduation, or maybe they went to Hawaii. So you just, comment on some of their stuff, comment on their post, and then message them and say, hey, I saw that you went to Hawaii. We haven't chatted in a while. Just reaching out to say hello.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. That's a really good strategy there. On that note, I'm just going to go over to Abdul a minute. On that note, right? So, Abdul, if I can just ask you, Abdul, I've noticed you've done a couple of posts where you say if you comment on other people's posts,
Mhm.
and it actually increases your visibility of your posts on their timeline. Is that the right kind of idea I've got here?
Basically, when you engage with another person, it activates you to them. So that can be, commenting, it can be liking, it can be sharing, it can be messaging, it could be anything.
Right.
But the whole idea is you activate yourself to another person, and when you do that, your posts show up in their newsfeed as well. So it's all of Facebook secret algorithm thing. But that's kind of how it works.
Because I've seen some posts, they say, "Can you see my post?" And then
That's why,
I've noticed some people probably,
yeah.
when they do a post, it doesn't actually show up on people's timeline. And then they wonder why they haven't got likes and comments. So is it something going on with the algorithms?
The reason why, a lot of people don't even know why they're doing that, but the reason that I do it, and even probably Kylo does it, okay, is because when people see that post and they comment on it or they like on it, or they share it or whatever they do, any kind of interaction, that activates them to you.
I,
So when you post, future pictures or whatever it is, they see it on a newsfeed.
I see.
Whereas if they haven't commented or liked or whatever on your profile recently, then it kind of goes down. So it kind of gives you a boost.
Right, excellent,
Idea.
excellent. And on that note, I want to also ask you, when you do a post and people are interacting, should you comment to each person? Should you actually just let them comment, or should you actually interact in your own post as well?
You should definitely interact. But the one thing about Facebook is it kind of gets out of hand. You start getting a ton of comments, so you can't necessarily go ahead and individually comment every single one. But what I tend to do when that happens, like if I get a few hundred comments or whatever, then what I tend to do is I tend to kind of split it up a bit. So I might comment on one person in one go in that one comment, but I do tag people when I comment on them, so they get a notification. Like for example, if I am replying to one of your messages, please, okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually tag you in there, so you get a notification saying that I've commented on your reply on your post or whatever it is. But yeah, I do try and tend to comment individually as well as possible. If it's a huge post, a huge thread, then that's kind of taking a lot of time up. But I do try and do my best.
You do your best to actually interact with
Yeah. I mean,
everyone.
if you can do it, that's great.
Right. And also, like, there was one thing that you shared, I remember, that you said even if you do it a couple of days later, there's actually a benefit of doing that.
There is a huge benefit. Now, you've probably seen a lot of people like their own posts.
Uh-huh.
There's actually a benefit to doing that, but it's just how you do it. If you type a post out now and you don't like it, you lost the whole point of it. But if you go ahead and do a post now, and then maybe a couple of days later, when that thread is dying down, you won't like it.
Right.
your status will reappear on a newsfeed at the top again. And it's exactly the same when other people are commenting or liking on your posts. So another thing that a lot of people do is, for example, if I do a status on Facebook now and I've got maybe 10, 20 comments, what they would do is go down that list like just one go. You can do that, but if you do that over time,
Yes.
your post will keep reappearing on the top of the newsfeed, getting even more exposure.
Excellent point there. Brilliant. Hopping over to you, Kai, again. I'm actually doing, hip hop here. But Kai, I mean, you're obviously very busy when it comes to your Facebook engagement. How much time do you actually go and spend on other people's posts?
I wouldn't say much. I would say I would just go on my newsfeed. Facebook.com, and the first page they take you to is the newsfeed. And I would just comment on some of the stuff, but most importantly, I comment on people who I haven't talked to in a while.
Right.
So I would at least get their attention and say, oh, Kylo, said something. And the people that comment on my stuff, if I haven't talked to them in a while, I might send them a message, say, hey, thanks for your comment. I appreciate what you said. And sometimes some people would say like, oh, I've been looking at your opportunity, but I just haven't had time to sit down and watch the video.
Right.
So you'll never know, so you have to talk to everyone on your list. So it's not all about adding 5,000 Facebook friends, which is the max. It's all about knowing your entire list.
Right.
So right now I've been deleting a lot of people that I feel like there's no connection, or we just haven't talked, or it seems like they've abandoned their account. A lot of times they're like, they quit last year and they stopped posting. So you kind of know like who quit the industry.
Right.
So I have to always clean up my list and make sure I talk to every single person, even if it's just a hello.
Ah, right. So that is a very, very powerful strategy, because I think that is a secret of relationship building, isn't it? When you know every single person on your list and you know what they do and where they're from and what they are up to.
A lot of people say, oh, that's too tedious, but if you really want to, if you really want to become known, become like famous in the industry, you have to know everyone. Right. It's all about how many people know you. So if people like you, they feel there's a rapport and they resonate with you, they like you, they'll tell their friends about you, and their friends will add you, and then now you have a lot more people that feel like they all know you,
Right.
Not just one person, but a lot of people, because their friends like you too, so now you become like a star to that group of people.
Right, excellent.
And they're more likely to look at what you're doing.
Right, brilliant, excellent. A couple more questions for you, Kai. When you send a friend request to a leader that's over their limit, is there any tips of getting them to actually add you as a friend and remove someone else?
I would message them and I would say, hey, I know a lot of people are trying to add you,
right?
But I'm here to build a real relationship.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people are intimidated to even send them a message because they think they're like all, they're the king of the world and they don't talk to people. But I would message them. So you'll be surprised. They'll be like, wow, you actually messaged me.
You actually messaged them. And people that accept your friend request, if they've got an open timeline, should you actually say thank you for the friends request? Because I know some people do that because they want their attention to go on their profile from their list. Would that be right?
A lot of times people are they actually don't like when people post on their wall because it's like it's clogging up their wall with thanks for the connection.
Yes.
Just like happy birthday. Your whole wall is like birthday. So I take out that option so people can't post on there.
Right.
And if they want to say thanks for the connection, hey, just message me, please.
Right.
Don't need to post on my wall. I want my wall to show what I want people to see.
Right. Excellent. Right. Brilliant. Abdul, are you there? Yeah, have you disappeared? I don't know. I think he's hopped off for a minute. Okay.
I'm here.
Are you here? Okay.
Abdul, I have a giant mosquito in the room.
Oh, no, get them out. Okay, Abdul, quick question for you, right? When someone sends you a friend request, okay, I get a lot of people that have just recently joined. They've got no profile pic or they've got no interaction whatsoever. You can tell kind of in a way, you get an intuition that they're fake. How can you tell if they're fake or not?
You know, one of the kind of things that I look at when I go to a person's profile
Yeah.
is the kind of engagement they've got.
Right.
How active they are, if they're posting. I mean, if I look at profile and I look at actual profile and I see that they posted last time a couple of months ago or even a year ago, then for me that's see you later. I'm skipping you because you're not going to be any benefit to my list or to my friends list. So that's one of the ways that I look at it, and it's kind of like a criteria for me, I guess. When it comes to adding friends or even accepting friends, a lot of time I'll get people, sending me friend requests with a banner which has got, about a catch, like you said, and even them, it kind of depends how active they are, what kind of stuff they're posting, and it's criteria again, and I'll either accept or I won't accept, just depending on that kind of stuff.
Excellent, excellent. Right, okay, brilliant. Now I'm going to reveal the winners for the competition. So, as again, thank you very much for everyone that entered. We've got loads of entries, but I did a little kind of system where I'll upload all the emails and they do like a random pick out. So I'm so pleased to announce that I've only got first names here because that's how they opted in, but I've got Chaira, I've got Tanvia, and I've got Eric as the winners. So 3 winners get to have free consultancy with Abdul. So Abdul, you'll be busy.
Yeah, I'll be busy helping you guys out.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. And I'll send you the email confirmation for being a winner. And I'll also connect you with Abdul as well with his email, so you can connect with him directly. So huge congratulations. Lots more prizes and competitions coming up in the future. So make sure that you keep on coming back and tuning in. So Kai, wow, I mean, I'm just really mesmerized with your timeline. I mean, as one of the people that actually go to deliberately to find out what you're doing and what kind of stuff you're posting. I just love your posts. How do you get daily inspiration what to post about? I mean, do you ever get moments that I don't know actually what to say today?
No, actually everything's just in my mind. I don't read, I don't watch TV, I don't read magazines, I don't do anything besides networking. A lot of times inspiration comes from conversation.
Right.
So let's say I talked to someone last night and something really interesting, and then I will post about it on my wall.
Oh.
So
hold on. So you
inspirations from talking to people.
Right. Okay. And any time like people that struggle to find what to kind of write about, what would your tips be for that?
My tip would be to actually read personal development books. Even though I don't read, I would suggest everyone to read or at least listen to audios.
Right.
And that will give them ideas on what to write. And don't just copy paste quotes from the book or the audio, but actually put your own spin to it.
Right. So what that actually means to
know you. Yeah, they want to know you, not the writer. They want to know you.
They want to know you, right? Okay. And what is the power of doing that, Kai? When they actually find out your spin on it. I mean, how do you? I mean, some people might be a little bit kind of not very confident. Like, oh, I wonder how that sounds, or I don't know if I'm right, even with the spin. Do you see what I mean? Like, they might get a little bit kind of like, oh, I don't know.
I always tell people not to be afraid of what to write. Right. I used to be, I was an introvert. I was afraid of what people thought about me, what I say, how I talk. But I just post whatever I feel like posting because I know none of these people will fly to my house and make fun of me. Right. So that gives them a good idea, like, oh, okay, I can write whatever I want because it's my wall. And if they don't like it, unfriend me, unfollow me, whatever. But you just want to build a relationship with those that get along with you. So if they like what you're saying, then keep talking to them.
Right. Okay.
And the ones that don't, you just filter them out.
Focus on the people that actually interact with you, and spend more time doing that in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you pick up more engagement, more likes and comments, you want to start putting your link to whatever you are promoting, whether it's your blog, your business opportunity, anything. You want to have a domain at the bottom of your post. So you can
Every
write
post?
not every post. If I'm tagging, let's say in a network marketing company, my downline organization, I don't want to tag them and have my domain there. So it's kind of like stepping on their toes that
Right.
I'm trying to get
Yes.
leads from their list.
Right, right, right.
But I would tag my upline.
All right, I see. I see.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't tag my cross line and downline because now I'm just like stepping over them.
Right, but you tag your upline. That's very interesting. Yes. Excellent. And with your like when you go to events, Kai, like live events that maybe your company's holding or anything like that, do you ever give out your Facebook profile page?
Uh,
Not page, sorry, your profile.
yeah, a lot of times they would ask me for business card, but I would just say, do you have Facebook? Oftentimes they would say yeah, and then I would add them. Instead of just telling them to add me, I would go add them. Same thing as business cards. When people ask you, you should always get their business card and contact them. Because a lot of times when you give out cards, they probably won't contact you.
Yes, yes.
But if you ask them for their card and you call them, you know, so you're guaranteed to be able to talk to that person.
Absolutely fantastic tip there. I hope you're making notes, people. This is golden stuff. Excellent. Going over to you, Abdul. Thank you, Kai. Going over to you, Abdul. You know when you are posting, Kai, Abdul, you know when you do like a quote of your own or something like that, is it important to do it as a picture? And if so, is it more powerful to do it in image form?
Um, what I've seen myself, pictures get more exposure, so you get more likes, comments, shares, all that kind of stuff. More engagement on pictures than statuses. But in Kai's case, he gets a lot of engagement on statuses as well. So I don't know what Kai's spin on that is. Maybe you can share that with you in a bit.
Yeah.
What I find personally myself is pictures, not necessarily even of quotes. Quotes and motivational stuff get a lot of good interaction.
Right.
But also, family pictures and holiday stuff like that. I mean, you've seen Uzma's, pictures of my daughter. She gets, a lot of comments and shares, likes, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of depends on what you're posting. But what I've seen, pictures definitely get a lot more engagement than text. Links get the worst that I've seen.
Yes.
And if you do outside, like for example, a YouTube video, that'll get less interaction than a Facebook video as well. So Facebook kind of likes to keep things inside of Facebook.
Yes, I've noticed that actually. I've noticed that even if you post your YouTube where people can actually watch the YouTube inside Facebook, it still doesn't really get much engagement. But if you upload a video directly, it's much more better.
Absolutely. And there is one tip that you've probably seen me doing as far as YouTube videos is. And one of the downsides of using, I think, Facebook is that you're limited to amount of time video you can record on there.
Right.
I think like 20 minutes or something. I can't remember what it is. But you're limited, basically. So then you have no choice but to upload on YouTube. So what I tend to do is I tend to do a kind of a teaser status.
Yes.
Like, I mean, for example, if you want to learn how to generate leads and you want me to show you some video, then show me some comments, likes, something like that. And then all those people that comment and like that status, when I upload that YouTube video as a link on Facebook, I'll tag all those people in to give them notification. That way you got engagement and you're still getting that exposure then.
Yeah, and people are actually kind of pre-warned in a way that they are going to get tagged because they've asked for it, because they've actually already said yes, give me this. So you've already got their kind of permission in a way to tag, right? So that's an awesome tip there. Kai, going back to you again. Kai, what about like oh God, I forgot my question. It's just gone over my head. What was I going to ask you? Yeah, how do you get lots and lots of well, I think you kind of answered it, but I think it's your relationship building over the years. But I mean, having like just text on your Facebook posts, are you using any keywords or anything like that? Any magic formula?
No keywords. I noticed if you write something that says congratulations,
that's a good one.
You show more likely at the top of people's newsfeed, because when you generally speaking, people say congratulations to graduation or a new job, uh, maybe a newborn baby, or maybe a wedding. So Facebook will automatically know that's a very important post to your friends.
Oh, very
So
good.
in my personal profile, what I notice is people that talk about graduation, they say congratulations. Those posts will get like 200 likes, and then when they post about their business opportunity, they get like 5 likes.
I see. I have actually noticed when you share like something important to you, like a birthday or wedding anniversary, people just go mad. Just like, give me more of this. Like, I wish I had a birthday every day or something.
So what I do is I congratulate my team and network marketing
Oh,
company,
very good.
and
Okay.
then a lot of people would comment and say congratulations, congratulations.
I
And
see.
then what happens is their friends that are not your friends will see that post on their newsfeed that says John, Steve, Jane, Stephanie liked and commented Kylo's post.
I see. I see.
And
Right.
that's how you get more people. That's how you get more exposure for your name, and people are like, "Oh, who's this Kylo guy? Let me check out his profile.
Right. Right. Right.
Let me add him as a friend, or let me click on one of his links. Let me see what is he doing."
And it kind of gets people kind of curious about what's actually going on. Who are they congratulating? What's the congratulations about? So I think that's a really amazing tip there, Kai. I've got a question coming in. I'll point this one at you, Kai, as you're with me now. Um,
Mhm.
how to handle Sharon? Sorry, Sharon Gibson. Thank you very much, Sharon, for joining the show. How do you handle all the messages from other marketers who want to pitch their biz to you? I'm sure, Kai, people see you as a leader and they want you on board on their own opportunities. So, what do you do?
Um, well, first I tell them I'm busy with what I'm doing,
Yeah,
and if they don't respect that, then you just have to get rid of them
right.
because it really kind of ruins your vibe, you ruins your mood, and you're just like, oh, I hate, I don't like Facebook. Everyone's pitching me. Some people will pitch and some people won't, but it's a numbers game. So the people that are aggressively pitching you, like every week, you say hi and they pitch you.
Hi, Link. You're like, okay.
And it takes you 2 days later again, like, oh, another new opportunity.
Link.
Those are the people you don't want. You don't want them in your contacts.
Yes.
If you feel like you can't have lunch with this person ever, if
Uh,
you get that feeling, you have to just stop talking to them.
right, right, right. That's a very good point, actually. Someone that you can have lunch with.
That you feel like you can, even if they're like 2,000 miles away. If you have that feeling, then that relationship is good. If you don't have that feeling, then you're better off just maybe blocking them.
Yeah, excellent. That's a really good point. Brilliant. Wow, I'm getting lots of tips myself, actually. That's brilliant. Right, so okay, so what about okay, someone goes into Facebook jail, right? First of all, why did they go into Facebook jail, and how to get out of it?
A lot of times they go into Facebook jail because they added too many people too fast,
Right,
and they're getting declined because people are like, oh, I don't know you. Some people are like that. They hit the decline, decline, decline. So a good way to avoid it is to go to their profile, see if there's anything interesting to say, and then you message them and say, hey, do you mind if I send over a friend request? I saw that you went to Miami. You went on vacation. Looks like you had a lot of fun. I'm a network marketer as well. Do you mind if I send over a friend request?
right.
So you will either get ignored, they would say sure, or they would add you.
What are the stats? What are the stats, Kai? I mean, out of say 10,
What do you mean?
people respond back.
Out of 10, I would say maybe about 4
Four people would actually respond back, yeah?
respond back, or some people would just add you
Right.
because you sent them a message and say, hey, do you mind if I send over a friend request? And they would just add you anyway. Those are the coolest people.
Okay. Awesome. Excellent, excellent. And okay, so getting out of Facebook jail and not going back in. I mean, do Facebook actually pick up? Do they start watching you?
They will still watch you, but if you really want to keep adding people, I would say no more than 10 people a day.
10 people a day, guys, right? So that's a magic number.
Don't send more than 10 requests unless you already know, unless you're guaranteed that you know that person will add you. And
Right.
just keep adding them. But if you're not sure, let's say, but they have like maybe 50 mutual friends, and you just keep clicking add, and some people will add you, some people will ignore you, and some people will hit decline.
Right, okay. And what about people that comment on your post that are not your friends? Is it a good idea to add them without even letting them know first? Or can you say, look, you commented on my post, would you like to be my friend?
Most of the time when they commented on your post, they already know your name. They remember you, and then so you add them, and they'll be like, oh, wow, I can't believe you added me.
Yeah.
So they're very likely to just accept.
How do you get more of that? How do you get more of people, right, that are not your friends, but they're commenting on your post? How does that actually happen?
That happens when you're writing a lot of stuff that people enjoy reading. So let's say that person is not your friend, but you and that person have 5 mutual friends that liked your post.
Yes.
So on their newsfeed, it would say John, Steve, Jane, Stephanie, Christina liked and commented on this post. So this person will look at your post and comment on something because their friends commented on it, so they feel more comfortable commenting on it as well.
Right, because I'm coming up with a mathematical formula here, yeah, right? That if you add a friend, the best thing to do is to communicate with their mutual friends first. That's the most important, rather than looking for a completely new person. So work in their network first, so they can kind of start a relationship with you, and then I think that's the beautiful thing of expanding and getting as much posts, likes, and comments and engagement, right?
Yeah, they feel more comfortable
with
talking to you when they see that you're friendly with their friends.
Right, excellent. I like that. I like that. Any more questions, guys? Come on, what are you doing? Where's all the questions? Oh yeah, Kylo, do you? Kim Possible again. Hi, Kim. Do you any auto post? Oh God, this is a brilliant one. Excellent question, Kim. I'm so glad you reminded me. Oh my God, the softwares that you get, right? Auto posting, auto adding people. What is that all about?
I don't have any auto posting, any tools, because a lot of times they might be violating certain rules of Facebook, and that will put you in Facebook jail.
Right, yes, absolutely.
So that's the last thing I want is Facebook jail, preventing me from engaging with people or adding people as friends. So I don't use any tools.
But someone might argue that you can actually time them. So you can actually do five requests or posts per hour or something like that.
It's not all about how many posts you post per day. It's more about the quality. So sometimes you see me post maybe once that day, or sometimes twice, or sometimes 3, or sometimes maybe I skip a day. But it's all about the quality. So it's not about posting 20 times a day, and because people can get really annoyed by that too. They're like, oh, I keep seeing Kylo, I keep seeing him, And then maybe some people will be like, oh, I'm so annoyed, they're just gonna unfriend you.
Unfriend you,
so
exactly,
I try to keep it to a limit.
And I think people kind of pick up that you're just trying to save time and not do this properly, because obviously auto posting is obviously saving time, which is, I understand that people have got short time, but people pick up on this and they kind of think it's not professional because you're not putting effort in. So what about posting in groups, Kyle? Because obviously some groups are very, very powerful in a way that say for instance a networking group or something like that in your area, or they've got specific people in that group looking for things. So do you ever do any posting in groups?
I post in groups that actually have value. So I try to stay away from groups where it's just like 50,000 people posting about their opportunity every 15 minutes. So I go to like actual groups and I engage with them. I comment on their stuff. I post something on my own. And people that engage in it, I can message them and say, hey, we're in the same group, ABC, home-based business, whatever. I saw that you commented on my posts. I really like the positive energy on your wall. I like what you're saying. Do you mind if I send a friend request? And most of the time they'll just say, oh, yeah, sure.
And can you give an example of that group? Say, for instance, maybe, would it be like someone reading Think and Grow Rich or something?
It could be that group. It could be something even outside of network marketing niche, maybe like real estate.
Right.
Those people are interested in any types of business, as long as there's money and if the business model makes sense, they might look at it. Right. And they might be better people to build relationship with than going after network marketers, because they're all busy with their opportunities. So if you go after, people who are not exposed to the network marketing industry, they're more likely to, join your opportunity and stay loyal to you instead of jumping around different opportunities.
Yes, excellent point there. Gentlemen, are you okay for time? I know we're coming up to an hour, but can I just hold you on for like a few minutes more? Right. Okay. Abdul, over to you. Okay. There's a couple of features on Facebook, like voicemailing, which I picked up on. I think it's quite powerful. Have you ever used that?
I use voicemailing all the time. I'm guessing you know about your actual phones, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, your phone ones. I use it all the time.
No. You know when you message, you can actually leave a voicemail for about a minute or something?
Yeah, about 60 seconds, just about a minute. Right, yeah. Very, very powerful when it comes to building the rapport, because when people can hear your voice, it's a better connection than typing away.
Right.
Then the new Facebook app has the Messenger app has also got a video option in it now as well. So you can record, I think it's about 30 seconds or something, I can't remember, I think 13 seconds of an actual video, and then you can send that off as well.
Right.
So it's a great way of building rapport again.
Excellent. So it's a powerful feature that people should be actually using, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I use it all the time.
So big thumbs up. Woohoo! I would have a noise or something in the background. Big thumbs up. Way. Okay, excellent. Okay, and what was my next question? Hold on. Algorithms. How often do they change? How can you keep up with? Where do you actually get your information about changes on Facebook?
Honestly, it's a huge mystery, I think. I don't know, It's kind of random. It just changes. And the way you hear about it normally is when people start posting about it. That my interactions gone lower, or my comments or likes have gone lower, where everything, or what's happening. And that's normally the way you kind of pick up on these kind of things. But as long as you stick to the main rule of thumb, which is engagement, interacting, you'll be fine. Not a lot of changes, to be honest. As long as you're doing quality posts, statuses. I mean, the majority of stuff is going to be exactly the same. Like your photos. If you post photos, they get more engagement even now, even after the all the changes. So majority of stuff exactly the same. They probably do a bit of tweaks here and there to change all the spammers and people who maybe they target certain words, maybe like links or whatever it is. But the majority of stuff is going to be exactly the same. So rule of thumb, just stick to value posts and just engage, basically.
Excellent. And I think it's a really good idea to follow some really industry experts. I mean, a couple of names pop out, like Mary Smith, and you've got Sandy Krakowski. I can never say her surname. But I've noticed that they get, like, immediately, like, as soon as something's changed, they've got a post up, like, literally. Are they, like, in some sort of special training with Facebook or something?
To be honest, maybe they got some kind of insight. I don't know, maybe they got a connection with somebody. I really don't know.
Right.
But for the majority of people, I think, that I know of is we kind of just learn as you go. If you notice something that is different about your statuses, where's my engagement gone? Then Facebook is fiddling with something.
Right. Especially if you've got engagement quite consistently, and then all of a sudden
30 likes and you got like 2 likes. So where's the rest of them gone? Then something's up.
Right. Excellent. So a couple of maybe perhaps follow like the industry, like top people. Maybe you can get some ideas with them. Okay, Kai, going back over to you. Very quickly, I just wanted to ask you that. When it comes to, oh gosh, I don't know what happens to me when I ask. I just go blank with you, Kai. There's so much I want to know. But when it comes to reading or learning about Facebook stuff, do you do it regularly? I mean, are you always updating your skills, or are you just completely natural?
I don't update any skills, and like Abdul said, we don't do any research on algorithm. The most important thing is being 100% transparent and let people learn about you.
Right.
So doesn't matter how much the algorithm change, people will always like to learn about you.
Learn about you, right? Okay, excellent. And the topic of the show, I know people are tuning in to actually hear this main headline. having engagement without a Facebook page? Because I mean, a lot of gurus have been kind of promoting the fact that you have to have a fan page, and you have to, you know, buy likes and stuff like that, and boost posts and do traffic through there. Why don't you do that, Kai?
I don't do that because I started off with little to no money, so I didn't have money to do paid traffic, and I like to teach people how to do the same thing on how I got started. However I got started, that's what I want to teach people. So if they don't have money for paid traffic, then I know how it felt like to have no money.
Right.
Do paid traffic, likes, you know, buy sponsored posts, fan page posts. So I started from scratch, you know, with little to no money, and just built up my fans on my profile organically, you know, from scratch, without spending a dime.
So there's actually nothing wrong with doing that practice if you've got the funds. Is it quicker?
Well, fan pages changes often. The algorithm there, you know, I know people that got maybe like 50,000 fans, likes, and they would get maybe like 10 likes. But now
it's true. Even if you've got like 20,000, 30,000 people, you only get 100 or so likes, and you're like, okay. But there are some people that, like, you know, like authors, you know, Robert Kiyosaki, they actually get a lot of engagement on every single post. So how are they doing that?
A lot of times they sponsor the posts.
Right.
So, but I think as you keep sponsoring the posts and you get more likes, the cost per that gets lower and lower.
Right.
It might be down to like 3 cents for every 100 views.
Right.
It's cheaper as Facebook thinks that your posts are quality, you know, you're building good fan base, and Facebook thinks your posts are great, so they'll lower the cost for you. It's cheaper. But I haven't really been focusing on fan pages because they keep changing.
Right, they keep changing, so it's not in your right. And what about your personal profile? Do you ever promote posts? Because you've got the facility to actually promote posts.
The only thing, well, certain people have and certain people don't. It's just like Facebook just randomly gave out the privilege to do sponsored posts.
Right.
Supposed to be $6.99.
Yes.
But from my experience, I had posts with it and without, and I would still get almost the same amount of engagement. So I just kind of stopped using that option. But sometimes I will. So let's say I'm congratulating a team for advancing in rank in the company. I would sponsor the post and try to get more people who are not my friends to be able to see the post. It's more likely to show up at the top.
Right. Excellent. Okay, that's fine. And when do you actually tag people? I know you've said just your sponsors, but is there any other time you actually tag people? And what is the right way to do it?
I would tag them if the post is relevant to them. Let's say maybe like tonight I want to give a shout out to 20 of my friends. You know, thanks for being my friend. I learned a lot from you guys. I would tag them all, and then they would, you know, comment on it and like my stuff. So as long as it's relevant to them, right? As long as it's relevant to them, they appreciate the post.
Sorry, I interrupted you there, Kai. I was saying shout outs are fine, right?
Yes, as long as it's relevant to them, yes.
Right. So, excellent point. Over to you, Abdul. Last couple of questions and we'll wrap up. I think we've gone through so much content, which is amazing. What about you, Abdul? I mean, fan pages. Do you actually do that? Are you actually engaging in fan pages? Are you building your fan page or anything like that?
Honestly, I'm exactly the same as Kai when it comes to fan pages. Fan pages are great, but what I see with fan pages is it is more of a paid marketing kind of strategy really than a free one. Yeah. And like I said, I see when people ain't got the money or they can't afford to do paid, then why not free? And it duplicates, so you get more attention from the people who want to do the free marketing to start with, because not everybody has got the money, and that's understandable.
Right.
The basic difference, I guess, between fan page and profile is you get more audience with a fan page because you're not limited. That's it. Right. Otherwise, I see exactly the same. You're still building an audience on both, so it's exactly the same. You still have to, interact on both. You still have to build a relationship on both. It's exactly the same. but you got more flexibility, I guess, on a fan page in terms of adding more people. Because with your profile, it's like 5,000, isn't it?
Yes.
And on your fan page, it's unlimited. That's the main difference.
Right.
And fan pages are more for business.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where people get kind of confused, I guess. Your profile is personal. So
About you, yes.
yourself, that kind of stuff. And your fan page is basically all business. You can share your links, whatever you want.
Yes.
Obviously, you don't want to be spammy and stuff, but
Yeah.
that's the general main difference in it. I personally hardly ever use my fan page, but I still get organic likes on it anyway.
Excellent. I think that's an amazing point you mentioned there, Abdul, because your personal profile, especially if you're combining it with the network marketing industry, people want to join you. They want to know what you are up to, not what you're doing or what you're selling or what program you're in or anything. Obviously, that's a bonus, but I mean, with your fan page, it works well with like traditional businesses that already people have actually purchased things from, and they want to know what offers they are, and what kind of stuff, or even like sharing your knowledge in a way. If they just see you as a coach and they want to see updates in what your knowledge base is, but I don't think it should be there for network marketing in particular.
I mean, the way I see, the main difference, like I said, between fan page and the Facebook is one's personal and one is business. But it's easier to use your actual profile, actual main profile, as a free strategy. Right. Whereas your fan page is going to be mostly paid.
Right.
Because you're going to get likes, you're going to pay for the likes, you're going to get the engagement through the likes, you're going to build the audience through the likes. Whereas your profile is just one-on-one connections, personal messaging, adding friends, engagement, exactly the same kind of stuff. When it comes to the engagement part. The only difference is one is paid, one is free. That's it. That's the main difference, actually. I think Kai's up there. He's putting his hands up.
Go for it, Kai. Go for it.
I want to point out that whenever I try to talk to someone's fan page, I feel like I'm talking to a company like Walmart.
Yes.
Whereas the personal page, I feel like there's a relationship, like I'm talking to someone one-on-one as opposed to a third party.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right, excellent. That's actually very true, Kai, because I mean, even like for them to kind of message you on fan pages, it's more of a longer process because for some, they can't post on your timeline or anything like that, and I think it's more tedious. It's not as straightforward, as someone just having a pop-up chat in your profile.
And one more thing between. But when you got a fan page and you got a profile, it's also splitting up your focus. So you got to focus on two things then.
Two different things.
So it makes it more complicated, more harder. It takes more time. I'd rather just focus on one thing, whether you want to do paid or you want to do free. You can mix them both once you got the ball rolling. That's fine.
Right.
Right. But if you're starting off and you got a low budget, then the way I see it is profile all the way.
Right.
And you got the money, go to your fan page. It's cool.
Excellent, excellent. Right, now I've got a couple of questions. Az is saying, what audiobooks are you reading right now, and what has helped you the most on your journey? I think this is just something that they want to know. Why are you the way you are?
For me, the audiobook I'm listening to right now is Eric Worre's GoPro. So I'm listening to that right now. I got it on my phone. And I guess the most influential book for me so far has probably been Mike Dillard's Magnetic Sponsoring.
Mike Dillard, oh my goodness, yes.
He was on a few weeks ago, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
That is an awesome book. If you ain't got that, I don't know why you haven't. You should definitely go and get that book because that's got like golden nuggets throughout the entire book.
Right.
And those are the two main books I'm reading. And that's it at the moment. I read Magnetic Sponsoring all the time. I must have read that like God knows how many times by now.
Excellent, excellent. There you go, guys. That's a couple of books there. And what about you, Kai?
I actually don't read or listen to audio. But if you guys do want to, I would suggest the ones that Abdul just mentioned. And most importantly, you just need to be really sick and tired of where you're at to change and achieve success. So that's what I was going through. I wanted to change, regardless of reading or listening to audios. You have to take massive action, consistency daily,
exactly.
So you can finally achieve success and get out of whatever situation you're at right now.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. That's a great tip there, Kai. And can you hold those books up again, Abdul? Right. You've got that one, GoPro. Eric Worre, lovely. And you've got Mike Dillard's Magnetic Sponsoring. What about branding, Kai? Branding. What is branding? How do you do it on Facebook? Profile?
Branding is all about building up your engagement. Like I said earlier, write about your personal life, your story. Treat your Facebook profile like a personal blog.
Right.
And when your posts keep showing up at the top of people's newsfeed, you're branding your name. Your name keeps showing up. Like, oh my God, why is he always on my wall? Get him out of my wall. The more you keep showing up, the more people remember your name, and that's how you brand yourself. And then people will message you and say, oh, I haven't talked to Kai in a while. Let's send him, a hello. So it's a lot easier to break the ice when you're constantly at the top of someone's newsfeed. They'll message you and hey, we haven't talked in a while, or oh, I like your post, it's very inspirational.
And then it's like subconscious messaging. It's like subconscious advertising, isn't it? Like when you see stuff around you constantly coming at you, if someone's name's just constantly coming at you, you're already subconsciously kind of warmed up to that person and the branding's happened.
Yes.
Right, excellent point there. Right, now we're going to wrap up the show. I hope, guys, you've had a fantastic hour with this exceptional tips and strategies that we've shared. We have actually just touched the tip of the iceberg. It can get very, very deep, but as much as we can do for you to help you. But I think the main kind of thing is coming out of the show is that you need to be yourself, okay? Share as many struggles as you have, whatever your journey is. Be straight, just kind of share whatever you learn, anything that will inspire people, any kind of knowledge that you pick up when you're reading, or any kind of inspiration that you get in your daily life. Just share it. Just share whatever you can about yourself that makes you who you are, which is absolutely fabulous, right? And just kind of inspire others to kind of want to warm up to you, and someone that you can have lunch with. I think that's an amazing tip that Kai gave. But just going to to my experts now. Final words for the audience. If I can ask you, Abdul, to give your final magical, amazing tip.
One of the things that I learned from my early experience was that you share your small successes. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yes.
It can be your first lead. It can be your first sign up. It can be first amount of traffic. It can be absolutely anything. Just share your small, tiny successes. Even if you're not having huge things, just your small results. Say share it on Facebook for one, and also share it with your list, and it'll get you more exposure. People will start to see you as an authority. They start to see you as a leader, and that'll get you the right kind of exposure, really. So you want to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, go ahead and do that.
Excellent point there. And yourself, Kai?
I get this question often when people say, well, now I have 50 likes, 100 likes, 50 comments. Now what happens? I'm not making money. I'm just getting all these engagement. So I tell them to always end their posts with a link to something that they want to target. They want to bring their audience to some type of website. Either it's their blog or their business link. But you want to mask the domain. You don't want the domain to say makemoneyfast.com, get rich from that. You want something more neutral, like your name, like Kylo.com or whatever. Yeah. So people are more likely to click on that than something that says make money today, because they don't want to be sold. They feel like, oh, he's going to send me to some business opportunity. Yeah. But if it's like your name, it's more neutral. They'll click on it, and it takes them to a business opportunity, but at least it gets them to the door. Yeah.
Right.
That's one good tip, to get more people to inquire and message you on Facebook. Say, hey, I just looked at your business opportunity. Do you have a video, or maybe do a three-way call? Maybe I want to talk to your sponsor. So always direct traffic to something. So even if you're all about engagement and popularity, you have to make money by directing traffic to something else.
There has to be a call of action. There has to be a call of action.
Call to action. That's correct. Yes.
Right. Excellent. And you change your domain, like you mask different kind of pages all the time, don't you? Do you update that quite regularly so people are going to different things?
Oftentimes it takes them to the same website, but different variations. Like I would try to be funny one day and another day more serious, but always brand yourself. Put your name in your domain.
Ah, very good tip. I like that. Excellent. Well, there you go, guys. Well, we're wrapping up. Thank you so much for watching the I Have a Dream Show University segment. Hopefully, I'll be holding these every Monday evening. So the next couple of people I've got lined up is a surprise. No. Someone that's going to teach you about surveying. Very, very important. Surveying your lists. And it's someone called Ryan. I will be posting up a banner very, very shortly to once I've confirmed it. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. You've been absolutely extraordinary.
Absolutely welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent stuff. The replay for this will be uploaded directly onto the website, and you can invite as many people as you want to it, so help as many people as you can. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have an awesome day, evening, night, wherever you are. Thank you.